Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the next topic, that is silage. That is, in that we discuss about the definition of silage, then how silage production is takes place, what its mechanism, and after that we discuss about the advantages of silage. Okay, so first we discuss about what is silage. So silage is nothing but when the fodder is packed in airtight condition to preserve its nutritional value, improve its quality and taste, and to make it digestible easily. So this is called as this is also called as an silage or pickle of the fodder. Okay. So what happens in case of that? You know that the fodder means the, in Marathi it is called as an kadba or chara. So that fodder is kept in pit in airtight condition for some period, or for the 2 to 3 months. So that what happens, the anaerobic fermentation is takes place, or some of the anaerobic bacteria, they transform the starch which is present in that fodder into the suitable acids, and due to that acids, that fodder get the, or render the taste, that taste is like to the animals. So this is about the silage. Next one, what is the principle? In this process, the green fodder is fermented through special bacteria, that is anaerobic bacteria, which can survive without oxygen. So those bacteria which can survive without oxygen, that is called as an anaerobic bacteria. Through that anaerobic bacteria, fermentation process of fodder is takes place in between this 2 to 3 months. The resulting fodder, or after the silage production, whatever the fodder is obtained, so that resulting fodder is rendered the taste, and it is easily digestible for the animals. So these are two important facts, that is, it is that fodder is easily digestible to the animals, and second one, the taste of that fodder is like to be, is liked to the animals. Next, the what is the mechanism or the process of for fodder production? It will be depends on, or if you want to good quality of fodder, so good quality, for the good quality silage, it will be depends on the different factors. Out of that, first, the time of harvesting of fodder, when we harvest the fodder, or at what criteria we harvest the fodder. Second one, the quantity of air in the at the time of packing, that means at the time of packing of fodder, how much amount of air is retained in the pit or in that fodder. So that factor is also very important. And last one, which preservation method is used for the fodder. Okay, so in this process, the useful bacteria converts convert the soluble starch into the lactic acid. That means the bacteria which is present in that, so that bacteria converts soluble starch into the lactic acids. It decreases its acidic quality, or pH 3 to 4, which stops the growth of harmful germs. That means due to the fermentation, pH of that fodder is decreases. Due to that, the growth of harmful microorganism is stopped. Then the makes the fodder safe for animal consumption. That means whatever the fodder is obtained, or whatever the silage is obtained, so it is safe for the animal consumption. If the moisture content is high in fodder, wheat straw or crushed cobs of maize can be added for the silage making, if the moisture content is high. Next one, what is the steps of silage making? So simple steps will be there. First one is the selection of fodder. It is very important. Next, we check the moisture. Next, harvesting of fodder, chopping of fodder, pressing of fodder, and storage of fodder. These are the steps which are used for the silage making. Next one, the selection of fodder. So as we know that silage mostly is obtained from the winter and summer season. So winter and summer fodder is used for the silage making. Mostly the maize, oat, sorghum is used for the, or it is considered as best for the silage making. Next one, the normal, mostly how the fodder is required, mostly the fodder with broad leaves and thick stem. The leguminous fodder has less carbohydrates and protein content. They are usually mixed with non-leguminous fodder like maize and sorghum to make the best and nutritious silage. Then regarding harvesting and the moisture, so harvesting is done. There are certain criteria that makes the crop to harvest. Okay, so some indications that indicate some indications shown by the plants for the harvesting. First one, when we harvest the fodder. First one, when the plant is fully mature. Second criteria is half of the grain in maize is milky. That means in duff stage. If you press the grains, so milky substance or whitish milky substance is exuded from the grains. So at that time we can harvest the maize. That is half of the grains in maize is milky. Next, the fruitful fodder has 50% of flowers. 50% flowering will be most important. Next one, the moisture content in fodder or moisture content in that plant near about 50 or 65 to 70 or 75%. That means what are the criteria when plant is fully matured? Second one, half of the grains maize is milky. Next one, 50% flowering, and next one is the moisture content is about 65 to 70%. After the harvesting of fodder, next step is chopping. So with the help of chopping machine, we can chop the fodder at the size of 2 to 3 mm. So uniform size we have to chop with the help of chopping machine and make it into these small pieces. So that picture indicate the chopping of fodder. Next one, after chopping that fodder or the pieces of that fodder, we have to put into the pit, or before adding the fodder or the small pieces of fodder into the pit, first we have to, that pit is covered with the plastic polythene sheet. After onwards we have to add the pieces of fodder into the pit, and we have to take care that there is no any air will be retained in the fodder during the pressing of chopped fodder. Next one, after pressing we have to press one by one. After pressing we have to completely close the pit, and just we have to wait for the period of 45 days, 30 to 45 days depending on the which fodder is used. After 45 days a good quality of fodder or good quality of silage is obtained. So what happens in between in between that 1 to 45 days, the anaerobic fermentation it takes place, or due to the fermentation process the decomposition of that fodder is takes place, and due to that fodder get the taste, and it makes easily digestible due to the anaerobic fermentation. After the silage is obtained, then we have to store it in a pit which is covered by the polythene sheet. There is no entry of air, because if the entry of air is there, so there is a chances of contamination, and that fodder is not used for the food or for the food purpose, or that fodder is not used for the animals for the feeding. So this is about the storage. After that, as we know that the advantages, first one, it is a cheap constitutes or substitutes for the fodder at the time of fodder shortage. When there is an unavailability or shortage of fodder at that time, we also use that silage. Next, the silage make the fodder more digestible. It is very important. Next, the land is available for the next crop without delay, because there is a continuous utilization of land for the production of silage. So there is no delay for the silage production, because of all of the fodder is harvested and stored at once. Then animals get nutritions feed for the whole year, because it's having the preservation capacity. If you preserve the silage efficiently, then that silage is used the whole years for the animals. So, and next one is expenditure on the labor force is decreased considerably. That means it does not require any skilled labor. Once, one or two times, if you train the labor, so that one or two labor that sufficient to run the silage processing or silage plant. Then uses or application. So as we know that in this case the feed it with if you feed with the green fodder or concentrate mixed in the silage, so that it develops a taste for the silage, and due to that it's increase its quantity, or the animal get the good quality of food. Then we can give the 15 to 20 kg silage along with the concentrate daily to the lactating animals, so the good quality of milk is obtained. Be careful when removing silage from the bunker, because here cover it with polythene so that mud or moisture does not spoil the silage or fodder. So in that we can also add the feed additives to improve the fermentation process or to improve the nutritional value of silage. So in that we add the urea, ammonia inoculants and some acids for the easy fermentation. So type of silage, as we know that a non-protein nitrogen, then feedstuff minerals. So the different additives we have to added, we already discussed, that is non-protein nitrogen, in that urea and anhydrous ammonia can be added to the silage to increase their crude protein or CP content. Next one, feedstuff. So feedstuff such as corn, small grains and the molasses can be added to the forage for the easy decomposition. Next one, minerals. So minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, sulfur and magnesium, we have to add it into the forage or that fodder, so that the quality of fodder is also increases. So this is the different advantages and different type of silage additives we have to add it in the silage production process. So this is about whole process, that is the definition of silage, the process of silage making and advantages, then type of silage additives. So this is very important regarding the exam point of view, that is the write the short note on silage production. So that type question is asked in that or on that topic. So if you have any difficulty, so you can ask me. Thank you.